I'm Isaac Coffy, and I own Coffy Creations Photography here in Ashland, Ohio. We primarily specialize in like senior portraits, family portraits, almost any kind of portraits you can imagine, except for weddings. So we have been around for about 10 years. We just celebrated 10 years this year, actually. And our studio, where we're standing, actually kind of services some studio portraits, but also where we meet our clients and we do our sales. So when clients are coming in to like preview their photos, we do it all here in studio.
Awesome. So what motivates you to get out of bed every day and do what you do?
One of the things for me that running a business I find a ton of joy in is being able to just serve different people, meet different people, and then ultimately photograph, their stories and their personalities. Every client we photograph, we meet with before they even book us, and I get to learn a little bit more about them and learn about what things do they really enjoy, what things kind of get them out of bed every morning and get them excited, and then being able to just take all of that and photograph it in some form or fashion, that's where all the joy comes from for me with doing this business and being able to just, again, meet people and hear stories.
Awesome. So I guess what are some interesting facts about like you as a photographer and your business?
So for me as a photographer and as a studio, one thing we've always tried to differentiate ourselves with is what we call a full service studio. So most photographers in our area and honestly worldwide, they're really focused kind of around just giving this form of digital file to a client. It's totally fine. It's totally fine if any photographer wants to do that, and we're not hating on it, but one thing I have done just personally is I want to make sure clients have these archived memories and moments years and years down the road, and they don't have to scroll for hours through an iPhone or through Google Photos app, going into the archives trying to find certain people or certain events. Like, I want them to be able to just go to that shelf and pull that album right off the shelf and be able to start flipping through it. It kind of comes from, honestly, personal experience with my wife and I. When we got married, we got a wedding album printed, right? We had our first son, and we had an album printed of his photos. And so every anniversary, we pull out that album, and it was enjoyable for just us. And now we get to watch our kids look at that album. And then for their newborn photos, we get to see them look at their album every birthday. And it's those moments that I found with digital delivery only, it just never happened. People didn't print their photos. And so I am so passionate about getting people stuff that's gonna last a long time. And it's kind of an old school way of doing things, but we try to make it modern. We try to make it fresh and new, and we focus on products that are here for a long time, as in we've tested and held onto products for years to see how they would hold up. And either we kept them or we didn't offer them. It was one of those two things. But that's where my passion lies, and where we kind of really defer a lot from most photographers.
Yeah. So I know that you are one of the very few photographers that offer print photos in-house. Do you guys also offer that digital form, or like how does that work?
So living in a very digital era where everything is on social media, every photographer is offering digitals, and we're trying to be that one oddball that's not. It's difficult, but we have a way of kind of navigating that. So one thing we've done in the past is pretty much every image someone ordered, whether it was 30 images in a photo album or maybe it was 10 images that they put on their walls, every image ordered, we would give them what we called a social media file. And what that was, it was a downsized file that they can share on Facebook, they can share on Instagram, they just can't print it. Now, actually at the time of recording this, we just changed that. Now every image that someone buys, they get a 5x7 digital, and they don't have to buy high resolution images to print their own stuff. They now, if they ordered an album with 30 images, they can take those 30 and they can print 5x7s from those 30. Complimentary, free, not something they gotta pay for. Every once in a while we have a client that says, this is great, but I do need those high resolution. I do need to I want to create my own album, I want to create my own wall art, whatever. And it's like, great, we do offer that. It's something we offer, but it's not common anymore that people are asking, because we give them these other options, and we complimentary give them these 5x7 digitals.
That's pretty awesome. So, I know that senior season is coming up. As a photographer myself, do you guys have anything that's like sales running, or any promotions, special shoots coming up, any events that you're shooting, or any other services you kind of want to highlight?
So being primarily we do a lot of senior portraits. So I don't want to call us primarily a senior portrait studio, but we do a lot of senior portraits. And so now is definitely the time that people don't think about booking senior portraits. And the reason why is because like a lot of people want fall time, and they want the pretty leaves and stuff like that. And so right now is the time that we are highly encouraging people to, hey, start booking, start meeting with us, start planning, and kind of getting an idea of what your senior session could look like later on, even if we don't photograph it now. So by nature of our studio, we don't typically run like sales and events like that, but we always tell people, if you give us the opportunity to kind of meet with us so we can share and show you what you can do, and it gives you a better idea of what to plan for versus waiting till like fall or whatever, and then coming in right at the end of the nice season before winter and grossness hits. If I could just end with just a few words of kind of maybe some inspiration for not just photographers, but for anyone that may be watching this, I am so passionate about this print concept. So if any person that's watching this is considering hiring a photographer, whether it be me or not, and say your photographer doesn't offer a printed product, just go print your photos. That's one thing that not enough people do, and things get lost. And I think these memories and these moments are so worthwhile. It doesn't matter if it's a Christmas mini session we went on the tree farm and got some cute photos of, or a full-fledged portrait session. It doesn't matter. These memories are all here to stay. Life is too fleeting and too short to not preserve these moments. And again, having it locked in a phone screen is it's not the same as being able to physically hold that album or physically see that photo on the wall. I've provided photos for funerals, which really sucks, when we do a lot of high school senior portraits. And it's also beautiful on the same end because we're able to give this lasting memory of this person that's frozen in time, and I guess I'm kind of rambling now, but I also want to say this too, because if you're someone that's afraid to be in front of a camera, maybe you've put on weight, maybe you've aged, maybe whatever the sake, you need to get over yourself, because the sad stories I've heard of people that lost their mom or lost a relative of some sort, and they don't have any recent photos of them. It's really a shame, because I know these insecurities can really get a hold of us, and if you just try to look at yourself in the light of those people that love you most, how they look at you. They don't see the flaws, they don't see the weight, they don't see the age, they see you for who you are and who they love. And that is kind of again, I went on a whole different tangent here, but that is a thing that I wish more and more people would understand, is that you are someone to someone, and so getting in front of the camera is so valuable, so valuable. Don't be afraid of it, because you never know when our day may be our last, and what are you going to leave behind? What are you going to leave behind for people to remember and keep you in their memories? So didn't mean to get super emotional and serious there, but that's something I wish more people would understand and really kind of take to heart. In running a business, it's been a blast. If anyone's interested in checking out, just what we do at Coffy Creations Photography, we're all over, social media and websites, so you can check out coffycreations.com. That's my last name, Coffy, in case anyone's wondering that's watching this video. Coffy has nothing to do with my love for coffee, but coffycreations.com, and then at Coffy Creations on any social media that I care about, you'll find me on there. And as far as booking and services, you can definitely check out, like I said earlier in the video, we've got all kinds of services, from corporate stuff to senior pictures, family pictures. On the website, you can find all of that and see if see if we may be a good fit for you. And ultimately, again, just leaving this video with, if you book some photographer, whether it's me or not, print those photos and make those last.